I don't know if you watch a lot the TV in the US, but the expectation of quality of the creatives is really low. Like compared to Europe, it's really low. So like you don't need a
high polished.
No, absolutely not.
So okay, so now I will show all the
yeah. We'll show different ones, but yeah.
But then it's just like.
This is a no-bullshit gaming show where we talk about games and their revenue in great detail, powered by our ad monetization, game design, and user acquisition triple threat expertise. Welcome to the 2.5 Gamers, the unfiltered truth served with a side of giggles. Let's not forget this is a 4 a.m. conference discussion vibe, so let's not take it too seriously. Tune in now and stay 2.5 steps ahead of the gaming industry.
Okay.
So yeah, okay, let's start. Welcome. Thanks for coming. We are actually in Las Vegas. King L. That's why I have the sunglasses, obviously. And we have a special episode because I want to know more about CTV and who is fucking best guy who knows everything about CTVs, Arthur. So. Thank you very much for coming. Can you just talk about yourself, the company?
Sure.
And why you're not using y-axis
in the reports?
In the reports, yeah.
Yeah. No, definitely. So I'm Arthur. I'm the CEO and co-founder of the company. So we've created the company in 2022. It's actually a spin-off of our previous company that we sold in 2022. We're like semantic targeting business. And yeah, we started working on Vibe because we sensed the massive potential of CTV. Vibe is a very product-driven company, so the whole product is self-serve. That's very important to us because both founders were both like computer scientists and really like product-oriented.
So I was here sorry to interrupt. I was here 2 years ago, and you had the booth, and there was like, what if you can run CTV as like a Google campaign or something like that?
Yeah, that's how we pitch ourselves. We're the Google Ads of TV, basically. So super simple to use, really targeted at SMBs. Basically, we democratize access to TV advertising, and TV is now switching to streaming, and that's the normal people term. In ad tech, we like acronyms, so we'll call that CTV, OTT, whatever. But at the end of the day, it's just like streaming, basically.
Okay. So, what is CTV again?
Sure. You can define it in different ways. If you're really strict by the book, CTV is a device. So CTV is a connected television.
Yeah.
And it basically makes it possible to deliver content, TV content, through the internet. So that opens up to tons of technical things, so like measurement, targeting, and that's why like CTV opened up to the kind of same capabilities as Facebook ads or Google ads. You can target like very precise audience, you can do retargeting, you can measure the installs that you do, like revenue that you're generating from that channel, whereas like with linear TV before was much different. So, yeah.
Okay, so CTV connected TVs.
Yeah.
What is the inventory?
Inventory is you have a lot of things. You have streaming apps, of course. So you'll have HVOD. So only talking about the ones that you can target with ads, because like there is of course like VOD. But so
what is VOD?
VOD on demand, and then you have and then you have AVOD and HVOD. So AVOD will be advertised supported video on demand, and then you have hybrid VOD, which is like the big thing.
So I have no fucking idea like how this works. So all the acronyms, just please.
Yeah, sure. So basically, you'll have streaming services like Netflix.
Yeah.
For example, Netflix, they are starting to open up to ads as well, but initially it was really like only a paid service without ads. And now they are trending. So that was like VOD. And now they're video on demand, and now they're transitioning to HVOD. So HVOD is hybrid in the sense that you can pay less per month for
hybrid video on demand.
Yeah, because exactly. And basically you pay but you also have ads basically, but you pay less. So they are transitioning to that. Disney Plus as well.
They meaning Netflix, then Disney.
Yeah, exactly. And then you have what we call fast channels. So free ad-supported TV. And fast channels is more like Pluto TV, Samsung TV Plus. So for example, when you have a Samsung TV, if you connect it to the internet, you'll have access to plenty of channels. And that's usually fast. So fast channels, so free channels. And then, yeah, you have like so plenty of apps, either like they're kind of independent apps, which are not owned by the content providers. So Fubo TV, for example, Fubo. Yeah, Fubo is the leading live sports like streaming app, basically.
Here in the US?
Yeah, here in the US. Yeah. So basically, in Europe, like,
it's
streaming in general is not very developed, basically, but in the US, like, there are plenty of apps, and the usage as well is much more developed from the population.
So I'm even more confused now what you said. So if I want to run a CTV, okay, like,
good luck outside of the US. First thing, like,
US, like,
yeah.
How does that look like? So you mentioned
Think
Netflix,
if you want to think about the ad experience itself.
Yeah.
Think about YouTube. YouTube. So basically, you have pre-roll, mid-roll, those kind of thing, and you'll have like your video that will pop up, like the ad that will pop up at those specific times. Sometime for live content, you have ad breaks, and during those ad breaks, those ads are delivered like by a bidding process, basically. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, everything is auction based.
Okay, so I'm watching a streaming service, whatever.
Yeah.
I guess it's on Netflix.
Can be.
Yeah, but can be Netflix.
Yeah.
And then in the middle of the whatever show, it's just like there's an
ad break, and then you'll have usually several different ads that will show up, and then your content will resume.
Which is CTV.
Which is
Okay,
CTV.
but is it only on TV or is it only also in like the mobile?
So it's mostly on TV. At least for us, what we do, we mostly target TVs. For some like specific advertisers who want to target also mobile apps, we can do so. But we focus on that. But that also includes, when you watch content on your like tablet, laptop, phone, like that still works. Yeah.
Okay. You know, like what's the percentage of the split of the placement? Is it
mostly TV? Yeah, mostly TV. Right now, all the broadcasters and apps are really focusing on TV inventory.
What's the difference between TV and CTV then? It's like because it's just Netflix.
CPM, like basically like their focus is more on that because it's easier to sell it for a higher price because it's TV, like it's in the middle of the living room, like the impact, like the attention to the ad is much bigger than that one you would have on a small screen, which I don't really agree on, but I mean that's how they prioritize it. It's mostly TV at the moment. Yeah.
So the difference between TV and CTV is CPM.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's like the minimum budget I need to have to run CTV?
Of course. So basically, if you go through the broadcasters or like if you use a very large solution, it will be like hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions, just like TV, kind of. And that's
Thank you very much for listening. Thanks.
But that's the reason why we exist and why we do things. We're really like changing the minimum, and that's how we democratize it. So right now our minimum is $50 a day. So you can start at
less than Facebook ads.
Facebook ads, I think you can like run even.
I mean, you can run. With less,
it won't be like super effective.
Exactly.
Like, but
kind of like.
But $50, like if you we set that minimum because if you run a very like locally targeted campaign with $50, like you can start like seeing okay results. If you spend $50 nationwide, like you'll just waste that money, of course.
Okay, but then it's hyper targeted.
Yeah.
Instead of like just running a UA on US for 50, 100, 200, 500, whatever. I run the whole country.
Yeah, so we also do that, and we have like lots of advertisers. That's why we're at MEU, especially in gaming. We have like tons of advertisers who will spend like several hundred Ks per month, and they'll be nationwide, but we'll be targeting like specific audiences, and we'll be like improving the results based on like machine learning and all those kind of things. But yeah, you can spend as little as $50, but then you can spend like much.
So the minimum budget is kind of irrelevant
Yeah.
in this case, because then you can spend 50, just like a small group of people.
Yeah.
It does make a difference.
Exactly. We make it more accessible, but then you can still scale. Basically, just like Google Ads or Facebook Ads, you can spend like $50, or you can spend like millions a
In
month.
that case, the question is, how much money I need to spend to see relevant results?
Depends on like the volume that you're looking for, the volume that you already have.
Depends.
Yeah.
That's
No, of course, but I'll
bad word here.
yeah. Okay.
Tell me examples.
No, I'll be very specific to gaming and UA, because we as we were talking before, we work with also lots of e-com brands and like local businesses, but that's not the most relevant here. So for gaming,
Maybe it is. It's fine, but
but for user acquisition, basically you starting at like 30K a month. Usually you start to have like a good understanding of what works, what does not, like what you should scale, on which strategy you should scale, etc. So yeah, that's usually what we recommend. It's like 500 to 1,000 a day is enough basically to get started.
Okay, and what does it mean enough to get started? Like, how does that?
You'll see like installs, you'll see return on ad spend, you'll see all those things, and you'll be able to like have an understanding and some insights on the results of your campaign, so that like you can optimize it. Basically.
Okay, so walk me through the process. So I have a game, which is a match-free game.
Yep.
I don't know what amount of money I want to spend. I just want to try CTV. So what do I need to do? Let's say, okay, I have 50K.
Yeah, so basically what we'll do together, first thing we'll do is connect to your MMP, so with our applier, adjust, etc. So that will allow you to measure like the results of the campaign. And then usually what we'll do, especially at Vibe, we have like very specific audiences, and we'll target users of similar games. We have that data as well from like
Previous campaigns, or like where do you get the data?
we have that from data partners, basically, and as we own our own DSP, like we can do also some things.
Okay, how's it at work? Who are the data partners? It's like it's like super. I mean, if you don't want to mention, that's fine. But this is like super valuable data.
No, of course you have but not going into like some
super data.
But some companies will be fine like selling that data. Basically, you have like some ad networks, and also like the bid landscape basically allows you to sometimes do something.
Man, you just answered absolutely nothing.
Why?
I have no idea what you just said.
So the bid landscape, basically we have a DSP. So we see like
you didn't ask like when the fuck did you get the data? Like, who are the data providers? But
some of the data we collect ourselves from our DSP, because like we see like bid requests from like certain apps and those kind of things, and that allows us to create those audiences. But the data that we never use is the data of our clients. So basically like that there's a big wall in that.
Of course.
Yeah. Of course, sometimes not that.
It's questionable. I know. So I said, I have a match-free game, 50K. We said, okay, we find the targeting. Then what?
Then you launch then you use a creative. So usually doesn't need like too much work, but there's still like a bit. So you have like some kind of best practices. So include the QR code. Include the name of the app, always on like the logo of the app.
TV kind of.
Yeah, the main thing that usually is kind of overlooked is the sound, because a lot of UA people are used to run like their ads on like sound off by default inventories.
That's the thing.
And sound matters a lot. It's like
that's what I found as well. I usually have a very, very different sound, and the music in my creatives makes a difference.
Yeah, and voiceover, like a big part of your call to action is basically the voiceover. Like it's super important that at the end of the ad, like it says like download blah 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 on the App Store. Like that's something that seems like, of course, like obvious, but you would be surprised like how many creatives we receive that don't have that.
And so I'm gonna tell me more about the creatives later on, and I'm gonna put it in the post-production. Thank you very much. It's more work for me, but this is nice. Okay, so I put the creative in, and then what? I just push the button and campaign goes.
Yeah. We have basically relationships with pretty much every broadcaster. So basically the only ones we're missing is Netflix, Hulu, and of course YouTube that we'll never get.
Yeah.
But then you can pretty much run your campaign on pretty much any ad channel. So the creative will go live basically within like 5 minutes to an hour, and then it will start we'll start gathering some results, and then
Results meaning
installs, revenue generated from those users, like everything that
do you have like any other events you can map through the MLP, or
so
is it
if we're sent more, we can map more, but the main ones that we use is install registration when for the apps that for which that matters, but and revenue, and then we'll use basically the feedback loop, pretty much like any company, UA company that uses machine learning to optimize. So basically we'll see like which channel generates the best result, which location, which audiences, like age, gender, like all those kind of thing, and we'll mix that and optimize.
Kind of narrow down afterwards, or
Yeah. We narrow down. We test also new setups, and we're really a partner when it comes to like
what kind of new setups then you test afterwards? So okay, let's say running US and then like Texas is working well. 25.
We have like I think right now it's like around like 70 or 80 like audiences that we've built ourselves. So
name 5.
Home renovation, health and fitness, in market for like a car,
So like
income,
interests and
we have the socio-demographics and interest. So all that we use we use that data and those audiences, and we'll test pretty much all of them, combinations as well, and that you can do manually to really like force basically the algorithm to prioritize that. But we'll also like test a bit of everything.
Let's like the fact that okay, so I narrow down the audience. Texas 25, female to 34, whatever. Then what? You just use like all like the similar audiences that you built.
Yep.
Expand there.
Yeah. And then you test new things. Pretty much like what you would do on Facebook, exactly. It's really like at the end of the day, I know it's a new like acquisition channel, and it can seem very different because it's TV and people have some kind of know a lot of things about TV, but at the end of the day,
was talking about this content before, like, and no one knows how it works, so that's why I'm here.
Yeah, it was not like super measurable, but now we've really made it like just you basically use it the same way I used to use like social and
wasn't super measurable. Like, what's changed?
Basically, it wasn't super measurable because cable TV is not delivered through the internet, so you don't have any like ID or anything that you can like basically link. Whereas like as it's delivered through the internet, especially like through household IPs, you can basically link the TV to like the devices that are in the same household, and so that way you kind of have an ID.
ID of like those
devices,
okay.
Of the household, basically, to be a bit more precise. But yeah, and then you can basically link down like a single, like you can know like which ad impression basically generated a specific install.
How is it compliant with the IDFA?
It's not that it's not compliant. We're not relying on the IDFA.
Okay, but it's device ID, so you kind of like you can identify the user.
Yep. Yeah, but it's not. So IDFA is the ID that the Apple basically ID. So we're not relying on that. But then like consent is collected like on the TVs, because if the consent is not given like anyway, we won't have access to it. And we don't have, like, as we solely operate in the US, we don't have GDPR. So yeah, it's a bit easier.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, like still interesting, because like you need to give consent on the TV to actually see ads.
Yeah,
right?
Not see ads. Some ads will be delivered, but we won't. Okay.
or be tracked, or like what kind of consent you need. So you can
The basically either the TV will ask for it, or the app itself will ask for it.
Interesting. So what's the difference between iOS and Android kind of users for you? Like in terms of the
iOS are getting a bit more difficult right now, because because IP is being blocked, or like it's a very short period of time. But I mean it's okay, because like most of the installs anyway that you'll get, like that you'll be generating, will be like within the next 24-hour window. So like it's pretty fast. Yeah.
Okay, so you can attribute.
Yeah. The thing that we can't do though, I mean, we could, but it's very complex, so we don't. But would be to target like only iOS users, for example.
You can't do it.
No, it's really hard, because like we can target an household which has like an iOS device.
Yeah.
But it's hard to target an household that has only iOS devices.
How do you know they have iOS devices?
Because like we have a graph internally, and so
I'm pretty sure there's no y-axis.
Oh, it's a graph. It's a map. This one doesn't have, but basically we have a device graph, and so linked to IPs we have some information that's like the audience information that we have, and as well like the devices that are in the household, so linked to it. So
How do you get that information?
well, you see it from the bid requests basically.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
So you know basically when you are targeting a specific you'll get a bid request from a specific IP, and then you'll see like whether it's an iOS device or an Android device or BlackBerry maybe.
Windows Phone. Rest in
But yeah.
peace. Okay. Jesus. I mean, like, still confused. But it's a little bit better.
What confuses you?
Because so many information, and it's like, okay, so I just want to be able to just go somewhere, like you said, like you have social platform. You want to go there, just put like, okay, well, I want to target 25 plus female, whatever, the US. This is the creative, this is the budget, just go.
Yeah.
I can do it.
You can do it. Yeah. Most of our clients in gaming, we do a lot of managed service to also help, and like there is like we want to make sure basically that our clients like get the performance that they are looking for. So that's also how we help. But the setup is like visible in the platform. They can connect, and like it's the exact setup.
But there's the thing, like I have no fucking idea how to run it. So like, how can I get support? Because I want to spend.
Yeah.
And usually what UA people in gaming do is like they try, and if it doesn't work, it's okay, fuck this.
Yeah. That's our challenge. And we have to be performing like real fast, basically. But yeah.
But then you self-serve, so I just come in.
No, but that's why, especially in gaming, most of the first campaign are managed by us, like internally, because we have like the expertise. We have also tools that allow us to like deep dive into like the data and
Why
make sure.
Self-serve then?
Because we don't work just for gaming, and so like for like we have right now like I think we're nearing like 3,000 clients, a bit more than that maybe. Yeah. So one, I don't want an account manager for like we don't want to manage 3,000 accounts. And like a lot of clients, like gaming is a very special beast. But like for e-com brands, for example,
Why is gaming special?
because gaming relies a lot on like MMPs and
E-commerce doesn't. I mean, you still need to track.
yeah, you still need to track, but it's less omnipresent, and it's easier to like you can do like you can set up like retargeting much more easily. So it's some people will have like a much defined idea of what they want to target. Like if you want to target like females 35 plus, like it's a bit more narrowed down. So for them it's less complex basically to set up, and measuring web traffic is much more easier than measuring basically the app installs and all those kind of things. So and then we have like all the local businesses and stuff, so they'll basically say, okay, I have a shop like in that specific location, like I just want to target the zip codes around it and like specific incomes, and that's pretty And it's a simple setup, a simple example that I'm giving here, but like self-serve works pretty well.
For these.
Yeah, right now we don't offer any managed service for anything outside of gaming, for example.
Yeah, because in gaming, it's just like I was talking to someone yesterday. You have like 10 channels in UA, and then you're fucked.
Yep.
It's like, okay, well, it's not the rocket science.
Yeah, and that's why CTV is picking up so much, because like everybody understands that like the scale is there, the potential is there. So now everybody, I would say, is more exploring than anything. Like everyone is trying to explore, to understand like how it works, and nothing is really set in stone. So like even like measurement, it's a big challenge. More and more.
Wild West.
It's the wild west. Yeah. So that's why like more and more, for example, at Vibe, we're moving toward incrementality, because TV is not a clickable ad channel. So if you want to really understand the full value of TV advertising, you need to understand how much it impacts like your other campaigns, your average revenue, all those kind of things. And that's what we're seeing more and more, is like the interest of advertisers, like to rather like look into like, okay, like does it bring incrementality? I don't care about like the app installs, I don't care about all those things, but like let's have two different cohorts. Like let's see the ones who have been exposed, the one who have not, and let's compare like how much revenue generated. And
it's really hard to say like who was exposed and who wasn't.
no, it's not, because like same goes. Go back to IP. Basically, at the beginning of the campaign, you'll say, okay, like I'll target like 35 plus women. Simple one, but okay. And I'll take like 20% of that audience. I won't show them in the ad, and 20% of the and 80% of the audience, I'll show them like the ad, and then we'll compare like the ones who have not been exposed and the one who've been.
Yeah.
And we'll see like if it generates more revenues.
Too much hustle. I mean,
No, it's not. Like all that is automated now. So yeah. Like the basically every campaign that is launched now with Vibe, we split. Basically, we have that automatic split, and so based on your targeting, we'll put aside like as part of the control group, like for all of them, and so that allows us to measure that all the time. And it's kind of interesting because like in terms of performance, like you don't do the same setups that like you would do with like if you just look at like app installs and those kind of thing, you'll tend to go for lower CPMs and like fast channels, those kind of thing. Whereas like if you look for incrementally, you will move more toward like more premium channels and those kind of things.
Okay, so what's like the CPI difference when you compare that like CTV versus the like Facebook's Meta's Facebook?
So I'll tell you the
of course it's not.
I'll tell you.
Depends.
Yeah, exactly.
It depends, but still, you have the number.
Yeah. I would say that on average it's a bit higher. It's a bit higher because as well the CPM is more expensive. But in terms of ROAS, I mean, our clients don't care that we're TV.
Yeah,
like they look.
I don't care if CPA is high, if the ROAS is there.
Exactly. So we have the exact same like ROAS target than any other ad channel. Like they don't care if it's TV or like whatever. Like they just want like if they say, okay, I want a 10% 7-day ROAS, we have to achieve that or we are out anyway. So and the fact that we're still here and in Vegas, like 3 years after launching the company, probably means that we hit this target. So yeah,
you do something.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, what are the genres that are kind of like performing better than the others? Do you have like a specific genre, like okay, mid-core works well, or match-free works well, or whatever?
Yeah. Match works really well.
Merge.
Match.
Match-free?
Yeah, match-free, those kind of thing. Social casino, like obviously, like it's a massive one.
Every time I'm speaking to any like new channel, like, oh my god, we're so big on social casino, like.
Yeah, because like those companies.
They ran out of the UA channels.
Yeah, exactly. Like and they are like desperate to get new channels, so that's also like but in terms of performance, like that works. So what does not work is everything like casual, like hyper casual, all that, like much harder. But everything like mid-core, hardcore, like that works pretty well.
So that kind of like means you have female audience and male audience as well, or not you, but I mean.
Yeah, male and female both watch TV.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was like. It's not your audience. But the inventory is there.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have pretty much like you can pretty much target like any person. There's no like old people who watch streaming, like our cord cutters, like the young people as well. So you can
The inventory is like on the streaming platforms, I guess. So like where's your DSP come in? Why do we have a DSP?
what do you mean?
Or it's like, so you use the DSP to kind of to run the campaigns on.
Yeah. We have our own DSP and like our own ad server. Like everything is proprietary, and then we have like the connections to SSPs, and we also have direct integrations with some of the publishers.
Absolutely dumb question, but still, I had to,
No, it's not.
to ask
Yeah.
because still
It's new. I mean, it's new.
yeah, exactly. It's really new, and like it's so many.
Yeah, and something that might sound obvious might not be. So like,
like absolutely not obvious to me. Obvious. Then the creatives. That's like the really, really important.
Yeah.
Because I've heard you need to have different types of creatives. I have no fucking idea. Like, how does it work? Do you really need like I don't know, like UGC?
You can pretty much
voiceovers.
you can pretty much
music.
you can pretty much test everything. We have like UGC creatives that work super well. Sometime like we had, for example, a campaign for a social app where they had like a studio in LA like produce a super, like, the video was really good, but it was a bit conceptual, and like the performance were more than terrible, I would say. And then like we just like tried, okay, like let's have like a very stupid like creative, just like a phone with the app inside and like few like highlights of the features and then the QR code, the logo, your name, and let's launch that. And they killed it with that. So it's really, again, like I'll keep giving that answer, but you do the same thing that you would do on other channels. So you have to test creatives. Creative is the massive part of the performance. So yeah, for example, we're exploring like with UGC companies partnerships. So to be able to test a lot of things, for example, with Poolday.ai, because like that's very important to be able to test a lot of creatives. And that's one of the sometimes the issue is that some advertisers will have like many creatives to test, and they feel that because it's TV they have to have like a super high-end creative, and it's not true. Like some of our clients have like some very, very basic creatives, and that works pretty well. And I mean, I don't know if you watch a lot the TV in the US, but the expectation of quality of the creatives is really low. Like compared to Europe, it's really low. So like you don't need a
high polished.
No, absolutely not.
So okay, so now I will show all the creatives.
Yeah, we'll show different ones, but yeah.
But then it's just like whatever works on the UA on the other channels, I can just push it to CTV.
I have few bullshit through, but yeah, you can use like we have like ton of clients like using like high performing like Facebook creatives, like YouTube creatives, all this kind of things.
Yeah, because what I found out is just different creatives nowadays work differently on different channels.
Yep.
That's why.
Yeah, the fact that it performs like on another channel doesn't guarantee that it works.
Exactly. If it works on Facebook or if it works on TikTok,
yeah,
is the difference or just like whatever?
Again, like whatever. Like I don't have but I don't have a benchmark to give you a final answer. Like some do, some don't. Yeah, but some do, some don't.
Depends.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, do you know like what was the best performing creative?
The best performing creative?
Yeah. It's just like it's on the top of your head. Example.
Yeah, I have one, not related to UA, but it's a client who owns a furniture store, and a local furniture store, and they have like promotions like pretty much every weekend, and every week the guy like films himself like in the shop and say like, hey, like come by the shop like this weekend. We have like special offer on couches, leather couches, 25% off. See you this weekend. And people go to his store. And I mean, he has the best way of measuring it. People come to his store and will say, "Hey, I saw you on TV,"
Yeah, exactly.
and that works. And the guy is not spending like a lot of money or anything like that. It's just simple and it works. And I think in general, like on TV, you have to be super direct. Like tell exactly what's your offer. Like if there is an incentive, definitely push it and a clear call to action.
Okay.
Like that's it. Like what's the product? Don't go like don't be complex about it. Simple pitch of the product, an incentive or an offer, and a strong call to action. Like
nice. No, I think in gaming world, it's almost like a dev diary. I see that works so well for like non-mobile games.
Yep.
So we have type like few PC and Steam games, and every time we launch a new update, like there's a dev diary video, like exactly like devs are filming themselves talking about the new update. It works so well.
Of course.
So
because it's relatable.
exactly. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
fine. How much money I can spend on CTV?
Technically, hundreds of millions.
Unlimited,
Of
yeah.
course, unlimited.
Okay. Match free game. How much money I can spend
You can spend like a few hundred Ks per month. Definitely.
per day? 10, 20,
Yeah,
30,
10,
50K.
20. 10, 20. Then like after like 30, 40, 50K, you need to be like measuring incrementality and those kind of things because you end up like running into lots of issues because of attribution in MMPs.
Attributing all that.
Yeah, it's really tough. So yeah, and because at the end of the day as well, like TV is considered by like in the attribution systems as impression. So
Good.
that creates lots of noise, like lots of complexity, and that's why like incrementality is key, more than key.
You can't rely on last click, I guess.
Yeah, which sucks for us.
Obviously.
When you don't have clicks, it sucks.
Yeah, okay, but that's pretty cool actually. So do you have like examples of different companies and different genres? Like, okay, so at Free, we are spending 30K per day. There's another company, Bitcore, spending 20K a day.
Yeah,
You have those.
we have
I know you mentioned 3,000.
No, of course. The social casino.
Outside of social kids. Obviously, like,
No, but tens of thousands a day. You have like tons of match-free games, like those kind of things, spending like a few grands, like scaling. Like we have clients like we'll start at like $500 a day, and then like we get the performance, and then we go to 1,000 to 2,000 to 4,000 to 8,000, and that works really well.
I mean, how long does it take to go from 500 to a few thousand?
If you want to do it safely and the right way, like without putting at risk like the performance, I would say like within 2 months, like you have enough time basically to do it. Like you can accelerate that, but you'll be at risk. And sometimes we find like pretty instantly and more and more. Of course. And then like sometimes we find like the good setups like almost instantly, and we can scale like very, very fast. But safely, not overselling anything, like within 2 months, you have a good understanding of that.
Nice. Do you have like an ideal customer? I just like people ask me that, and I always say like I only work with nice people.
Yeah, that's super important. No, I think an ideal customer is someone who's not like expecting it to work like instantly.
Yeah.
Because like
That's not how it works.
yeah, that's not how it works, and especially on CTV because it's so new.
Nobody knows anything.
Yeah, nobody knows anything, and basically an ideal customer is a customer that is looking for a partner that will help, like who's trying to build a CTV strategy, and will understand that it will take a bit of time and a bit of investment, but as soon as like when it starts working, you can really scale it. But if you expect if you have a customer who will like look at the results like 3 days after launching the campaign, I mean, if we're lucky, like, cool, but if not, like, you can't expect that. Like, you need at least a month to, like, start getting an understanding of what works, what does not.
Maybe that's 2 months.
Okay. So 2 months to scale,
Yeah.
1 month to have a good understanding of whether or not you'll be able to scale,
Okay.
or if you found, like, the right setup.
So why should I work with you and your company?
I think it's a lot about the transparency and the fact that we're a partner. And I think that's really what's appreciated by our clients. And sometimes they use also like other solutions, but we really work like conjointly with their teams to like build the right attribution model, like figure like how things work. And that's why we do a lot of managed service in the gaming space. It's because of that. Yeah.
Okay, so if the listeners want to find you or try to contact you, where should they?
Sure.
They do.
Vibe.co, directly on the website. I'm on LinkedIn, so Arthur Querou, Queurou on LinkedIn, and you can also contact Alex Pham, who's managing like the whole EMEA region, and Dimitri Soufan, who handles like the whole like US region.
You could just reach out to me as well. I will connect
And
you.
Matej, yeah.
Wait, what did you say? Matej? No.
Matej? Oh.
No. You know what?
Matej.
Don't work with these fuckers. No, all good. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for listening. And see you next time.
Bye.